Hello there folks, Bonkekook here, aka your Lonely Achievement God, coming at you with the final expert challenge and challenge overall for the base completion of Lawn Mowing Simulator. If you have the DLCs, I will also be uploading the expert level DLC challenge video as well. But if you are playing this through Game Pass and want to get your base 1000, we are on the final challenge of the game. The Expert Challenge 08, it is for mowing or striping the parade lawn. I can't remember exactly what it's called. The parade ground, excuse me, of Westwell Castle. You only have 12.5 minutes. Don't let that time frame scare you. You're going to finish this with 2 or 3 minutes left if you follow along with me. Even if you struggle, you have plenty of time. Don't let the time worry you. The thing that probably is going to be the most bother is the stripe rating. But as long as you're keeping your paths straight as you alternate your cuts and you don't overload your engine too much to miss too much grass, you shouldn't have any problems with this. In all honesty, it's a bit of a letdown for the final challenge, I thought, but so hopefully you don't hate me if you do struggle with it, because compared to the last 3 or 4 challenges that we've done, I found this one to be significantly easier. So let's go ahead and jump in. Just like for all of the striping challenges, I do prefer the overhead view. So we're going to go ahead and start our engine. Hold down. We're going to hit right bumper to get the striping kit active. We're just going to head right over here. Double check the cut height range. We need 6 to 7. And take a look, because you only need 99.5% grass cut. So you have wiggle room with cutting the grass. So if you do overload your engine, I don't recommend trying to slow down and cut what you miss. You can worry about that at the end, but you have a lot of wiggle room. So I wouldn't worry about your overloads too much. Just make sure you're not overloading your engine so much that you're damaging your engine, because just like most of the other expert challenges, you don't have a lot of wiggle room for damaging your engine. But you do need to keep your stripe rating at 99%. So it's very important that you keep your cuts straight across the lawn and alternate your cuts, and that's all we're going to be doing. So we need to get the cut height down between 6 and 7, so we'll get it to 7. We'll engage our blades and we'll just start driving across, doing our best to not overload the engine and to go relatively straight, although it's not all that important. The most important thing is to just alternate your cuts. Even a little bit overlapping what you already did is better than, missing some grass or going off the path. So as you saw, I overloaded. I was going a bit too fast there. It's important to know exactly where the right and left sides of your mower to cut with are. The right side is a bit difficult to see because of the I believe it's the clippings container hose or whatever that is on the right side. But it's the orange portion, so you can see it on the left side much easier, that we have the orange portion sticking out. That's how far left we cut. And it's kind of hard to see, but you can almost tell on the right side of our mower there how far right we cut as well. And so that's what you're trying to line up. When you get over here, just kind of pause for a second to line up and then work your way across it. As you can see, my last couple of cuts while I've been trying to describe this to you haven't been all that good, but our stripe rating is still within 0.1% of our overall cut percent, which is important. Again, don't be afraid to go a little bit slower. Don't be afraid to take a second or two to line up your mower to go straight across. You have plenty of time. The one thing this challenge throws at you that I think you're supposed to listen to, but you don't need to, is about halfway through we have the clippings container, and it's going to fill up with clippings. And what's going to happen is we're going to start leaving clippings behind, and the warning messages will pop up and tell us we need to go empty our bin of clippings. You don't have to. Ignore it. We do have enough time to do so. If the warning is really annoying you, feel free to go do it, but you don't have to. As you saw there, I overloaded the engine, missed some grass. We're not going to worry about it. So we're 3 minutes into the challenge, and we're a quarter of the way through cutting, but cutting is going to go significantly faster now. We're into the center of the lawn, so you're going to get across the lawn better. And we're still keeping our stripe percentage up with our overall cut percentage, which is what we're looking for. If you do overload your engine, just start tapping the accelerator instead of coming off it completely. And we missed some grass. Again, I'm not going to worry too much about it. We're in really good shape. If you miss a width of grass that, or a patch of grass that is like the width of your mower and fully miss it, then go back, but don't worry too much about the little strips like I left there. You have a whole 0.5% that you can miss and still complete the challenge. So and as you can see, we hit the grass collector's full message. That is annoying, but you don't have to worry about it as far as penalties or fines or anything like that. It's just going to be a bit of an annoyance having that message pop up and alternating with the "you have left grass clippings" message. So if you want to get rid of those messages, you probably have time to empty your container once, but you don't need to worry about it. You can watch the penalties and fines meter in the bottom left of the screen and notice that it's not going up at all from this. It's not worth driving over to the bins and emptying it. So we're just approaching 6 minutes in, and we're more than halfway through our cut. We're a little slower than I have been in some of the other videos, so we might be closer to like 1 minute to 2 minutes left instead of the 2 to 3 I think I mentioned at the beginning. But again, you do have a lot of wiggle room, and I've been a little bit more cautious than I was on my other runs. So also splitting my attention between explaining what I'm doing and trying to cut properly. So but we're approaching 2/3 of the way through, and as you can see, our stripe rating is still within, well, it's exactly what our cut percentage is, and we just need it to stay within like 0.5%. And you actually have a little bit more wiggle room than that, because you need 99%, and you can, although the timer will stop when you hit the 99.5 cut percent, you can still cut the rest of the grass to bring your stripe rating up. So ultimately you have to stay within a full percent of your progress, your cut percent, for your stripe rating. And it might just be me, but I feel like the ground on the beginning portion of the lawn is far more uneven. Makes it a little more difficult to line up. Because now that I've been doing this and gotten over to this other portion of the lawn, I'm having far less of a problem keeping the mower straight. As you can see, we have 4 minutes left. We're at 80%. We're doing really good. And our stripe rating is almost exactly what our cut percent is still, so... And again, don't worry if you overload your engine and miss a few pieces of grass. Just don't do it a lot. You do have half a percentage point of wiggle room, but it will add up if you're doing it on every single column. There you see, we finished the cut. Our contract is complete, but our stripe rating is 99.6. If you are lower, there's still a little bit of grass you could cut. And it could bring your stripe rating up further to finish off that little bit of grass. So if you need the extra, 0.1 or 0.2%, finish off whatever grass you didn't cut. But with that done, we're all set. We can head back to the trailer, drive on, and that is the end of the final expert challenge for the main game. So, as always, if you have any questions or comments for me, reach out to me. I'll happily do my best to answer them. But if not, I will see you guys next time.